Go.
Live from Williamson Field at PTHS, it's time for Pontiac Indian football on Ion Central Illinois, part of the Casamigos High School Sports Network, presented by Brandt Professional Agriculture and the fine folks at the Bank of Pontiac. The Sages of Monticello come a-calling as the Indians play host. It's homecoming here in week number 5 of the high school football campaign. Tonight's sponsors include Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse, Graymont Co-op, RE Dynamics Real Estate, Driscoll Motors, Lyons Sullivan Realty, Marlon Iltz, your country financial agent right here in Pontiac, Cypress Creek Renewables, Andy Bowman, your DeKalb dealer, Greg Kurtenball, your State Farm insurance agent here in Pontiac, State Bank of Graymont, Kelly Electric, DPI Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Streeter Owenized Credit Union, Stoller International, Victory Lanes and Slammers Grill in Dwight, GHX by Golden Harvest, Cade Hill, your local dealer, and of course the fine friends of Indian football include Milford Hunter at the Potter Agency and JMSS Trucking. All right, welcome to homecoming along with Jacob Green, Tim Scott reporting here from the friendly confines at Williamson Field. And Monticello and the Indians, it's homecoming, it's week number 5. Let's hope as the homecoming theme is fire and ice that the Indians can provide some energy and maybe the ability to tackle this week and maybe the ability to pull an upset, Jacob.
Yeah, hopefully they can play with a little bit of fire and cool down the Sages here, Tim. Hopefully we can just get off the penalty-bound game we played last week from PBL and just have kind of a 180 flip here and at least give the Sages a good game. Got a couple of key tips here.
I was going to say, Coach Zach Gadberry and yourself, he always has given us the three keys to the ball game. Take it away.
So the first key to the game here tonight is we cannot beat ourselves. Penalties and turnovers, just like last week, we can't do it this week. I believe there's some running challenges within the football club tonight, different rewards if we don't turn the ball over and force a couple as well, and that's the key right there. That's number 1. Number 2, complementary football. That's a mix of everything. We want to run it, we want to defend it, we want to get in the end zone, and we want to make sure that they don't either. The Sages don't get in the end zone tonight, hopefully. That's the goal. And the last one, I think the biggest one to a degree, play with pride. It's homecoming, a bunch of alumni, class of 1973 back, Tim. So just play with pride in front of the hometown crowd, and the Indians are getting ready to run out and start it off here, Tim.
Well, I don't know if you could pick it up with the pictures and maybe the noise coming through our headsets, but this place is packed. The stands are filled. The student body is filled. And at least to start this ball game, excellent crowd on what has become a gorgeous evening for football. The rain finally has stopped. As everyone knows, it has been raining since Wednesday night, and it rained hard enough. But the field looks in great shape. They actually rolled it. They got the opportunity to roll it. Here comes the Indians, as you can see. And if there's ever a night to get this energy and pick it up on the crowd, it's the team that's got to provide it. And hopefully tonight is the night. Monticello, of course, they're coached by the longtime veteran and Curly Welter. And they like to throw the football. I was talking to the radio gang that covers them out of the Clinton radio world. And in the past, they probably would go 80-20 up top. But maybe 70-30, 65-35. Coach Welter is running the football a little bit more than what he has in the past. They are coming off a loss, Jake, of a very tough ball game against Central Catholic, and they lost 24-16. They only allowed the Saints 7 second-half points and were in the ball game right down to the end, but could not come up with the equalizer. And, of course, if you followed the Indian football program, we had troubles early and often down at PBL, and we lost 55-20 in a game that wasn't even that close. And two things that really came out to mind: the inability to tackle, and it was just plain ugly. And you referred to it in one of the keys. We had so many penalties, especially in that second quarter, when they blew our doors out. That just cannot happen tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, Tim. The penalties were a big killer last week at PBL. So many plays called back, so many first downs erased. And, man, great field position given to PBL, and on and on and on. Like you said, that second quarter was prolonged beyond belief with penalty flags and different things, Tim.
Second quarter was the telling tale, no doubt about it. Jake, what about injuries this week? We did not have number 18 for the Indians available. Of course, I'm speaking about Riley Johnson. I saw him dressed. Is he ready to go?
Yes, Tim. I believe he is starting tonight. Yep. He'll be back in the backfield. Jackson Crawford, however, he's out this week.
Oh, that's tough. That's
left
blow.
the game early last week at PBL.
I was going to ask you that. Yep.
And treating an ankle. So his main sport's wrestling and baseball. He's not really a big football. That's not his main sport, right? And he's treating it to get better. He'll be back next week is the hope, but he's treating it this week to make sure he is A-OK. Cam Gillette has been out all year. He's starting to get back to practices, so he will be looking to get back to the ball game, hopefully maybe next week in that area. And I believe also Hunter Melvin still treating a bad shoulder at this point. I think that everything's getting better in the right direction. However, still kind of treating it and working with it. Other than that, Tim, I don't believe we really have anything that stands out too great.
Well, we're off and running. The kick is kicked out of bounds. The Indians will have great field position. They'll mark this at the 35. And the Indian offense gets its first opportunity as the footballs go flying up here in the stadium, and T-shirts are being chucked. That's great. The kids are really into it. It's great to see this crowd considering where this program's at in the rebuilding mode, and 3 of the first 4 weeks has been running clock, and let's hope that does not come into play tonight. The Indian defense will have its hands full with the ball up in the air. But first, see how the Sages of Monticello match up defensively and what the Indians come out. Alvin DeLong, the quarterback, this will be his 3rd start. I kind of like how he's developed across the course of the year.
Yeah, no doubt, Tim. And I think the talk and film this week is really if we do go up top, our receivers like Kerr Bowman and Amazing King, we have a pretty good chance. It's more of a 70-30 ball, 60-40 ball in our favor, really, against the Monticello defense. And hopefully we can see that tonight.
There's the snap, the dump off into the flat. Caught on the play and maybe picking up a couple. I think that was Hunter Melvin. Indeed it was, number 34 as you see. And it'll become 2nd and 8.
And Tim, I just want to make the point real quick before I forget. Coley Walter and the Monticello Sages, Zach Gadbury was down at Tolono in his high school career. Rivals there. He's ready to get back and visit Mr. Welter as they play tonight. I think his first rematch, obviously, since his high school career. So.
Yep. Absolutely, and we'll even tack on a few more. There's a run right up the middle and stuffed right there by the Sages. They have the white uniforms, the yellow pants, the yellow helmets, as you can see. And I want to say that was Hunter Wilson, and he got nothing out of the play. 3rd and long. Once again, King and Bowman right here on the near side. King is split out. Bowman now in motion, as you can see. And he'll set up in the flat on the other side there in the slot. Just started, about a minute and a half into the ball game. Opening drive. Indians need to convert. Fly pattern down the middle to King, and it's intercepted on the play. And that's the way it'll stand. Up in the air, that's Trey Welter, the coach's son, and he comes up with the first turnover of the ball game. And that pass intended for King and just overthrew him.
Yeah, not a great start to this one, Tim. That checks one of the boxes. Turnovers, that challenge won't be complete tonight. And just even putting the dagger in a little further, going to coach's son. And not a great start here. Like you said, just a couple of minutes into this one.
All right, the Luke Teskey. Teskey is your quarterback for the Sages. Dumps it out here on the near side. And that's going to pick up enough for the first down. Upon that completion is Colbert. Raiden Colbert. So Teskey, 1 for 1, number 5 on his back. He is a senior, 5'9", 175-pounder, out of the shotgun. Teskey again. This time they're going to run it. Teskey will keep it. Spinning around the end, and he'll pick up a good chunk of real estate on that first down carry. Let's give him a gain of 6 from here, 2nd and 4.
Well, Tim, I will say, though, during this week in practice, even before PBL, it was we have to tackle, have to tackle, have to tackle. This week, after seeing the the bad performance last week was, hey guys, listen, here's the thing. You got to do it. Once you know how to do it, you'll understand it, but we have to tackle. And I think a lot of it was worked on during the week, so hopefully we can see some improvement on that, Tim.
That was a false start by the Sages, and that'll push them back 5. So what was 2nd and short becomes 2nd and 9.
And this, Tim, is where you really got to take advantage
up
of
the
it.
middle, scrambling well, trying to get to the corner, and he cannot. Does pick up some yardage. Probably got back that 5 yards of the penalty. They'll set up 3rd and 4. The Indians did a nice job by not allowing him to get around the right side.
Yeah, Tim, now they're going to have to look to get a stop here on this 3rd down. If they can get a stop here, that's a great stop here early on in this one to be able to kind of flip the momentum back for the Indians.
Tight formation. They're going to run it. First give, and turn the corner, did he? Yes, he did. Picked up the 1st down. That's Ike Young on the carry. His first touch, and it's enough to move the change. You talk about Cully Welter, longtime veteran coach, started down at Ridgeview a long time ago. Maybe 3-4 years down there would be my guess. Went and built up Aledo into a power and then came back into what is now the Illini Prairie Conference. It's been at Monticello. Wide open on the catch. Might go Colbert. Colbert to the end zone. Touchdown, Monticello. A 49-yard passing catch. And the Sages are up by 6.